Good afternoon. First of all, thank you to our deans, faculty, and staff, our friends and family, our esteemed guests, for making all of this possible. We gather here today on the storied grounds of the Château de Fontainebleau. It was in these very halls, in the spring of 1814, that Napoleon signed his Articles of Abdication. Surrendering a vast empire with the stroke of a pen. That moment rippled across the continent and changed the course of human history. So this ground here is no stranger to turning points. Those moments when old orders faltered and new ones were carved out of the unknown. Moments when the future split suddenly from the past. And we, collectively, are standing at a turning point now. On the cusp of a transformation not driven by empires or kings, but by code, by intelligence we ourselves have created. Across the arc of human history, we've crossed many such thresholds, but only a rare few have fundamentally reshaped humanity's trajectory. In the Tang Dynasty, printing gave shape to thought, multiplying ideas at record speed. Later, Gutenberg lit that same spark in Europe, spreading reason, rebellion, and reform. In the 18th century, James Watt invented the steam engine, ushering in a new age of industry and progress. And in the 60s, not that long ago, the ARPANET system flickered to life. Just 2 letters sent between UCLA and Stanford. In that moment, the internet was born, connecting billions of minds for years to come. When we look back at these moments, it's tempting to assume that they were inevitable, that history moves forward in a linear, clean path. But it's because we know how the story goes. The people living through those moments didn't. In the lead up to each transformation, the air was thick with doubt. They felt disorienting, risky, inconceivable, and even dangerous. And that is exactly how we feel today, faced with the rise of artificial intelligence and superintelligence. Today, we stand not in the aftermath of change, but in that restless tension right before it. And this time, it's not just a brighter light bulb or a faster car. It's something categorically different. AI is the first tool we've built that begins to build itself. It learns, adapts, reorients, and far more importantly, we're quickly approaching a future where the technology that we've built will surpass us. Not just in strength or speed, but in creativity, in strategic reasoning, in nearly every dimension that we believe to be uniquely human. So this raises questions far deeper than profitability or productivity, questions about what it means to be human, to imagine, to create, to matter. The very things that make AI powerful, its ability to speed, to scale, to evolve, to optimize, is also what makes it unpredictable. And that's the paradox we face. It's a tension so profound, the kind that we love to explore in our favorite dystopian novels or sci-fi movies. And that tension becomes more urgent with each passing month, week, and sometimes day. Like many of you, I've seen this story play out firsthand. Before and during INSEAD, I found myself working near the front lines of this revolution. Just 2 years ago, I helped deploy some of the earliest enterprise AI use cases in the United States. Co-pilots designed to boost productivity, to streamline workflows, and to drive those marginal gains. But over the past year, I've seen and built at the next frontier, agentic AI systems. Systems that not only assist, but plan, execute, and make autonomous decisions. In a short span, the time that we've been here, AI has gone from tools to support humans to agents that will soon outperform us. And its pace of growth isn't slowing, it's only speeding up. So, why am I talking about this today? We have a choice. We can be bystanders, grateful that it all magically somehow works, especially when it's 2 a.m. and you have an assignment due or a deck due. Or we can step into a more difficult role, not just as observers, but as designers, architects, and leaders. This responsibility doesn't just fall with the people who write the code. In fact, in many ways, it falls just as much, if not more, on those who shape the world around it. The ones who decide what gets built, what gets scaled, what gets trusted. It falls on people like you and me. So what will this future look like, you ask? In 5 years, AI will not just be a tool we use. It will be a collaborator in every business process we participate in. We'll see agents that can plan and execute multi-step strategies across languages, geographies. Doctors will be training AI companions. Tutors will be used in the education of children. And in 10 years, we may live in an entirely unrecognizable world with entire ecosystems of autonomous beings, each fine-tuning themselves in real time, forming a hive of collective artificial cognizance that stretches every industry and every geography. But beyond all the predictions, the real question isn't what AI will become. It's who do we want to become alongside it. Like every inflection point before, the printing press, the steam engine, this one will challenge what we believe, reshape what we value, and redefine what it means to be human. And how this story ends is contingent on you and me. But this moment isn't just about artificial intelligence. Far from it. It's about something deeper. How we choose to navigate as individuals, as a generation, as a species, when the map runs out. Because uncertainty isn't just a source of risk. It's the precursor to opportunity. That's exactly why I came here. And I suspect many of you too. Not just to build skills, but to build conviction. To pause, look up from our daily grind, and reassess and rethink what is possible. Over the past year, we've done way more than just earn a degree. We've lived across the world, in Europe, in Asia, in the Middle East, through exchanges in Chicago and Philadelphia. We got lost in the quiet woods here in Fontainebleau, found new favorites in the bustling hawkers of Singapore. We've explored new cultures, debated across borders, and challenged each other's assumptions. Not to argue, but to understand. Not to break each other, but to build each other up. We became a community of people that don't run from complexity, who can sit in the discomfort, who can stay curious, who show up to hard problems with open eyes and open minds. And slowly, imperfectly, we have become the types of leaders this turning point requires. And now we must look forward into a world that is volatile, that is fractured, that is dynamic, where decisions move faster than ever before. But this isn't a moment for fear. It's a moment to step up. Though not every single one of us will go on to build the next breakthrough in AI, but every single one of us will shape how these technologies and the systems around them take form. In the companies we lead, in the policies we influence, and in the cultures we create. What we do next matters. Because the world does not need any more spectators, it needs doers. This year has not given us all the answers, but it has given us something far more valuable: a sharper compass. And so, as we leave these chateau grounds and scatter once again across countries and continents, may we carry that compass forward, not to follow a path that's already been laid, but to help shape one that has yet to be seen. To stand at the next turning point, not to meet it with fear, but with imagination, with humility, and with resolve. Because the future isn't something we enter, it's something we build. And it starts now. So, wherever you go from here, whatever corner of the world you will call home, may you carry forward the curiosity, the courage, and the conviction that brought you to this very moment. Congratulations, the class of 2025. Now let's get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, for those words.